It's day 8 of early reveals for Leagues 5, and today we have the Overgrown Farming Relic. When you pick this relic, you will get a Leprechaun's Vault item in your inventory, which will allow you to access the Seed Vault from anywhere in the game. And then alongside it, you will get the following benefits. 1, your crops will never die. And then the big kicker with this relic is when a seed fully grows, if you have another of the exact same type in your Seed Vault, it'll automatically harvest the patch for you and then replant the seed. Now, there is a ton of questions currently surrounding how exactly this relic's going to work. Does it work constantly around the clock even if you aren't online? Does it automatically use compost for you, even though that one is a little less important considering you're going to save 75% of the seeds either way? In comparison to last league, we had Farmer's Fortune. And with Farmer's Fortune, there was only a 20% chance for you to save the seed or sapling that planted. But with Farmer's Fortune, not only were you getting triple the normal resource, but your patches also grew instantly. And honestly, if I think Overgrown doesn't work while you're not logged in, it is a dramatic nerf in comparison to what we had last league with Farmer's Fortune. I know personally, taking Corinne, Farmer's Fortune made doing Tith Farm absolutely insane. And I'm definitely going to be sad that is not going to be a reality with this league. And before we go any further in the video, I do want to add in a post-edit. JMods did just confirm that it does not work while you're offline. The relic will auto-add Ultra Compost to every patch it auto-plants. And there's no added benefit when it comes to farming contracts. So just make sure whatever seed you are using for your current contract, you don't have another one in the seed vault, so it doesn't auto-plant after it has fully grown. But moving on over to the reveal video, we got some major insight on where this relic is going to come from. Overgrown is in the tier of relics alongside the Arcane Grimoire, just like Trailblazer Reloaded. If we head back to last league, the 3 relics that were offered in the tier 6 were Equilibrium, Farmer's Fortune, and Ruinous Powers. This time around, once again, we are going to be getting a Farmer's Relic up against the Prayer Relic. Whether you think Arcane Grimoire is better or worse than Farmer's Fortune honestly really depends on what combat route you are going with and which reasons you're selecting. If you are going with melee, I know Kandarin is not a very popular choice whatsoever, so getting access to Piety is a massive buff to your current region. But opposed to going a range or mage route, if you are already picking Corinne, you aren't really getting much more added benefit out of just already getting the prayers for free because you can access Rigor and Augury and the Book of the Dead regardless. Now, there is still going to be some discussion about what this third relic in this tier is, but I wouldn't be surprised to see it be something like Equilibrium, just like last league. Just a overly generic relic that offers a massive bump to just overall XP rates. Now, despite the Grimoire and Overgrown being such dramatically different relics, they are tough to put head to head. Overgrown itself does seem like a massive nerf in comparison to last year's Farmer Fortune. At the same time, we also don't know if there are any just generic buffs to farming, like things that make growth time quicker in general for every player regardless of which relic you pick. Things like that would make Overgrown slightly better than it currently sounds. And in comparison to Grimoire, it definitely seems like the overall points relic. But at the end of the day, I guess this relic choice could really come down to, 1, what the third option is, but also whether you need the prayer benefits from the Grimoire. If you're not picking regions where you're going to have access to any of the in-game prayers, it is a massive buff to your DPS, especially when you get thralls alongside of it. Continuing on the discussion of like Tith Farm earlier, losing out on insta-growth makes that minigame seem much more painful now. And I do want to point out there is some major synergies, both if you are taking this relic and if you're not. If you were planning on going the Overgrown route with the Farming Relic, Banker's Note is a great combination. You throw Banker's Note, the Harpoon Relic, alongside Overgrown, and you have unlimited supplies, very easy to get for the entirety of the league. Whereas if you were planning on going the Grimoire, or maybe even the third relic in this tier route, Fairy's Flight maybe becomes a much better choice for you in the Teleportation tier. Because now instead of having auto harvest, you'll just be able to teleport directly to the herb patches, and yes, it might take a little more manual labor. Using Fairy's Flight for a full farm run could be done easily in just a few minutes. But that'll do it for today's reveal. What relic do you think is going to be coming as the third option in this tier? And given just these 2 options with your regions, which one would you be picking? If you enjoyed the video, consider dropping a like, otherwise I will catch you guys in the next one.